Thank you.
My name is Craig Harvey. I'm the operations chief for the Los Angeles County Coroner and the coroner spokesperson. I'm here to announce that the coroner has concluded the autopsy for Mr. Michael Jackson. The cause of death has been deferred, which means that the medical examiner has ordered additional testing, such as toxicology and other studies. Those tests we anticipate will take approximately 4 to 6 additional weeks to complete. At that time, once those test results have been completed, we anticipate being able to close the case and issuing a final cause of death. There was no indication of any external trauma or any indication of foul play on the body of Mr. Jackson. And the Los Angeles Police Department has requested that a security hold be placed on the investigation of Mr. Jackson, so there's an extremely limited amount of information that we will be able to discuss about the case. I have copies of our press release available.
Besides toxicology, can you talk about the other additional tests?
The other additional tests that I'm aware of is neuropathology and pulmonary.
Has the family received the body yet?
No, they have not.
When will that happen?
I do not know.
How are the family doing? You were with the family this morning. How are they doing?
Pardon?
How are the family doing? How are they coping?
I'm not aware of any of that information regarding the family.
How long did the autopsy take?
Approximately 3 hours.
Is that common?
Pardon?
Is that common?
That is not uncommon.
And why were there several delays in the reason why you did
Why were there several delays? It was just simply a matter of getting everybody together and the time involved in handling pressing queries that we've been handling. I've been a little busy. Pardon?
Who notified the family? Was it the coroner?
The coroner, the assistant chief, Ed Winter, who is out with the family now.
What's the nature of the meeting, sir?
Indicators of illness or abnormality?
No.
When will the family likely take the body, and how long does it normally take that process?
What was the question?
How long does it normally take for the body to be released from the family?
It's up to the family to make a mortuary selection. Once that decision's been made, the body is available for release.
But what security measures they're free to do that at the body? They're free to do that at this time?
Yes,
And they have not chosen a mortuarian?
not to my knowledge.
Is it unusual that an autopsy is performed so quickly?
No, it is not unusual for that kind of a turnaround.
Well, you're still waiting, obviously, for the toxicology test. Is it your knowledge that he had drugs administered to him before his death?
Well, we know he was taking some prescription medications.
Did Michael Jackson agree?
Pardon?
Can you say what type?
No,
And did he have something abnormal immediately before his death?
I can't comment on that.
Can you comment on if
Did
those
Michael
drugs
Jackson
affected what happened to him ultimately?
What's that?
If those drugs affected him ultimately?
I can't comment on that.
Is that something that will come out in the toxicology test?
That'll all be in the final autopsy report when it's available for release.
Was there any controversy about the death certificate signature by the doctor that was there? Or?
No, the problem with the death certificate is there was no doctor to sign a death certificate, which then requires that the coroner become involved, because if there is no doctor to sign a death certificate, then it falls to the coroner to do that function. So that was why we became involved in the first place. Had he been under the care of a doctor and that doctor been willing to sign a death certificate, the coroner would not have become involved.
Is your intended doctor, personal doctor? He went into his coma at the hospital, correct?
Pardon?
He went into his coma at the hospital. That's the time of death wasn't until after he was pronounced dead at the hospital.
He was pronounced in the emergency room at the hospital, yes.
Did Michael Jackson use the same drug as the later?
Pardon?
Did Michael Jackson use the same drug later?
I can't comment on any specific drugs that Mr. Jackson may have been prescribed or used.
When I do any specific understanding, you're saying there's no suspicious implication here about how he died, and you have no suspicion?
Not at this point, no.
Was there any other ethnic relatives inside the body?
No, there was not.
Would you expect, would you expect to learn from the other tests, the pulmonary and the neuro tests?
Those are just standard evaluations. The autopsy process is a rule-out procedure, and you just want to make sure that all of the systems in the body are functioning normally.
How much did he weigh?
I don't have that information.
Is there any injection box?
No, not that I'm aware of. I couldn't comment on if there were.
Is there any conversation as to the doctor that was present at the time in his home? That doctor that would have been available to talk to anyone in the
I can't
body?
comment on that.
Will there be special security measures taken?
Pardon?
Will there be special security measures taken to protect the body?
Not any more than we would normally do, no.
Can you talk about the nature of the meeting between Mr. Winter and Michael Jackson's family?
Other than he's there just simply to communicate our information as the coroner to the family as the legal next of kin, that's pretty much his responsibility.
Could you just go over again what the next stage is for the family in terms of claiming the body? Can you just go over that again for me?
As far as the next of kin claiming the body, all they simply have to do is select a private mortuary to handle the services, and then the mortuary will present a document to us that's signed by the family, and on the basis of that document we will release the remains to them, and they will take it to their facility and prepare him for whatever funeral services the family has selected.
When is the earliest his body can be released?
It's available for release now. We start releasing bodies officially at 6 p.m. this evening.
Were you able to determine an approximate cause of death at the time of death?
The time of death is what was established by the hospital in the emergency room.
Would there be an indication if he died much prior to that time?
No, the time of death will remain what it was in the hospital emergency room pronounced by a physician.
What time was the autopsy finished?
Autopsy was finished at 3 o'clock?
No,
No.
the
1 o'clock. Autopsy was finished at 1 o'clock. Pardon?
now.
I can't comment on the types of medications.
Who else was present beside the ME?
The police detective.
Just the police detective on the boat?
I believe just one detective, yes.
And no family members?
No family members would have been allowed in the autopsy room.
And I guess the family asked for a separate autopsy?
Not to my knowledge. I'm not aware of any request yet.
Have you been able to talk to the personal physician that you wanted to talk to?
We have not spoken with any physician associated with Mr. Jackson or any other member of the family. I don't know.
Why did the LAPD security hold?
They have an investigation that is ongoing, and they would like that investigation to proceed without any further interference.
Mr. Harvey, any indication of usage of Demerol, the painkiller?
I can't comment on any specific drugs until the completion of the toxicology testing.
Sir, can you clarify when you mean to start releasing bodies at 6? Does that mean Jackson's body or in general?
In general, right now, that is our current body release hours, 6 p.m. until 12 midnight.
So it would not be released before 6, but it doesn't necessarily need to be released right after 6. That's pending his family.
Correct. It's up to the mortuary to make those release arrangements.
Any deadline on the family, or does the family have to take the body by a certain time, midnight tonight, or can it stay overnight?
It can stay overnight.
That's up to them entirely.
Correct. And the private mortuary. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, make a hole, make a hole. I do have a card.